although the article was somehow like it was showing somehow negative messages, but we saw in the Mobile World Congress last month a couple of press releases that showed that yeah, there's a cooperation going on. We saw the announcement about Doot, Salat, and Azure, and other operators. So and even I saw the announcement of AWS leading the AI OpenRan new group. So that's also like a new track of cooperation of having hyperscalers getting into this kind of working group, telco working group. So what does this mean, and how we interpret this kind of announcements? Curious to Michael.
So I can shed some light of the announcements as well. So there were major three announcements, actually for us. It was one of them is of course AT&T going in production with 70% of the workloads cloudified, public cloudified, I would say. The second part, which means that we have a live example running in production, just to provide trust. The second part is that it is a lot mimicked AT&T model around adopting the edge of Nexus, like having a full distributed edges on the aggregation sites with the 5G core and other network functions. This is a motivation announcement, and they are working on now building that towards the next year or two to go like AT&T. And the third one was Vodafone. So Vodafone was a huge one. Vodafone Group, they are adopting AI, like around 200 use cases, and modernizing their IT infrastructure, OSS, BSS to the cloud, which is a big move to unify the group strategy. And the third one was Do, which is special to my heart because again, it's starting from a B2B, right? They just said, you know what, I will not touch anything on the network. I'm doing great. I want to create new revenue streams for my new organization. So Do is going again into a B2B track for enterprise and SMB and a bit of consumer place. So I think this is a major announcement that we had, and I think that was the highlights of our Mobile World Congress. Of course, AI was a big trend. You saw the articles all left and right for Gen AI, and a lot of telcos are trying to utilize the Gen AI across the board, right, from network use cases, customer experience use cases, even operational use cases, or even FinOps use cases. I think those are the major highlights that we have announced in Mobile World Congress.
Great achievements, and congratulations, basically.
Thank you.
Michael, how do you see these announcements?
Look, I see it as the slowly but surely march of evolution, right? I think I have to say that AI will play a very big role in changing or affecting the decision making about moving workloads and data to the cloud. The reality is today, if you want to benefit from Gen AI and take the full potential without making huge investments of training your own LLM or taking a pre-trained LLM and augmenting it with your own data, your only choice is to move some data into the public cloud so that the pre-trained Gen AIs in the public cloud are able to contextualize the data for you and give you the right advice. I mean, think about a customer care scenario. If you want the Gen AI to be able to chat with your customer and contextually understand what history of cases, for example, they opened before with you and what were the problems that they were facing with their service and so on, only choice that you have is that this public cloud AI has visibility on your case history, right? So that they are able to treat the customer in context and treat him how a human agent sitting in the data center, in the call center, is looking at the case history and telling him, just 1 minute, let me look at the history, etc. It's exactly the same. So I think a lot of these announcements are tied to the fact that, again, the resistance to moving data and workloads in the public cloud is going to, let's say, reduce the more compelling reasons there are for that. And I think AI is going to be one of the biggest catalysts to that transition.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.